Yo, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Schmidty bringing you Schmitty's MLB picks on Guy Boston Sports World Series edition, coming at you live. Thank you so much for tuning in. Happy to have you with us. If you're new to the channel, my name is Ethan Schmidt, and if you are a longtime regular, you know who I am, bringing the heat on the Major League Baseball picks all season long. We're into the World Series now, and it is Game 3 here tonight on Taco Tuesday. I am fired up. I know the city of Philly is going to be fired up. They got a lot to cheer for right now. Obviously, this Phillies team is on a magical run here in the postseason, knocking off the Cardinals, the Braves, and the Padres. Now taking a 1-1 series tie into Philadelphia. It is going to be absolutely electric. I know those Philly fans are going to be bouncing off the walls, and it is going to be a sight to behold tonight in Philly. Of course, Game 3 getting rained out yesterday on Monday, rescheduled for today. And before we jump into Game 3, I want to tell you guys about Prize Picks. We have a sweet new deal going with Prize Picks here on the Guy Boston Sports channel. And if you are a first-time user, you could sign up using our code GUYBOSTON for a 100% deposit match up to $100. And if you guys aren't familiar with Prize Picks, it is such a cool app. You stack entries. You can choose 2 to 5 entries, and you can win up to 10 times your entry. And it has everything from MLB to NFL to NBA to even esports. And there's so many ways to win. Be sure to sign up for Prize Picks using our code GUYBOSTON. And we have our Game 2 recap. If you follow me on Twitter, I posted my official plays. Bring out the brooms, baby. We had a heck of a night. In Game 2, we were all over it. The Astros, of course, winning 5-2 behind the big arm of Framber Valdez, one of our favorite guys here on the channel. I love my boy Framber. Game 2 sweep, Astros Moneyline, bang. And then we have Valdez 6+ Ks. I should have told you guys to ladder it, but you know, with the playoffs, it's interesting to see how far these guys go each and every game. But Valdez smashes 6+ Ks. He goes for 9 strikeouts. Unbelievable performance for him. And then Yordan Alvarez, big Yordy, we had him 2+ total bases, and he hits that. And then we had to get a Philly in there because why not? It's the World Series. Alex Bohm, 2+ total bases, and he rips off a double in the ninth to give us the 4 out of 4 sweep on our night. Just unbelievable. And then the same game parlay I posted, boosted on DraftKings to plus 1,800. We missed it by 2 Zach Wheeler strikeouts. Didn't even need him on there, honestly. Could have just taken a higher number for Valdez, but that's all right. We will be back at it here for Game 3 in an interesting starting pitcher matchup here in Game 3 on Taco Tuesday. It's the righty Lance McCullers Jr. facing off against the lefty Ranger Suarez here in Game 3. And you know, I looked into these guys, and it's just going to be an interesting matchup. You know, who knows? One of these guys could just go on a tear and be absolutely locked in and shut down the other team, or I could see both of these guys getting hit around. So yeah, it's definitely going to be an interesting read here in Game 3. And of course, with the rain out, the pitching matchups have been swapped around. McCullers and Suarez obviously here tonight, and then Christian Javier is set to go against Aaron Nola in Game 4. Game 5, it should be Verlander against probably Noah Syndergaard, unless he comes in for relief here in the next 2 games. Then it would be Kyle Gibson in Game 5. And coming into Game 3 here tonight, the Astros are now minus 170 to win it all, and the Phils are plus 145. And it's interesting to see this number fluctuate, because going into Game 2, the Astros were actually at plus odds at plus 110, and the Phillies were minus 130 after they stole Game 1. And now coming into tonight, the Astros are heavy favorites. Before I dive into my picks, we're bringing back hashtag ride of the day. Drop your favorite plays for the World Series game here on Taco Tuesday. Game 3, baby. McCullers over 4.5 strikeouts. It's heavily juiced at -155 on DraftKings, and then FanDuel's got the line at 5.5 for plus money, plus 124. And in this one, I don't know if I'm super excited about the strikeouts in this one, because I can't turn around and put a lot of trust into these guys like I did for Framber Valdez in game 2. I have nowhere near the trust for McCullers or Suarez. I have no idea how long Ranger Suarez will last here tonight. I know the Astros are going to want to try to get McCullers probably through 5 innings. So it's an interesting line. I might take 4 or 5 strikeouts for McCullers in the same game parlay, but obviously heavily juiced. McCullers 6 shutout innings pitched versus the Mariners in the ALDS, and then he gave up 4 runs, 3 earned against the Yankees in 5 innings pitched in the AL Championship Series against the Yanks. And then he actually faced Philly on October 3rd. He only allowed 1 run over 6 innings pitched, but that was the night the Phillies clinched a postseason berth, winning 3-0 over the Astros. The Phillies have a .220 batting average versus right-handed pitching in the postseason, and they have a .729 OPS. So pretty good numbers, I would say, against right-handed pitching. Suarez, 2 starts against the Braves and the Padres, 2 earned runs over 8 1/3 innings pitched. He completed a save in the National League Championship Series Game 5 against the Padres, but back on October 4th in that last series before the postseason against Houston, he got absolutely blasted in Houston. 6 earned runs on 7 hits, and he gave up 3 homers, but that was in Houston. So definitely going to be interesting to see how Suarez responds here against Houston tonight. The Astros are batting .294 average against left-handed pitching this season, and a .885 OPS against left-handed pitching. So numbers are looking really good for the Astros here headed into game 3. The Astros are favorites at -125 on DraftKings. It's -122 on FanDuel. I'm taking the Astros on the money line. I think we just got to rock with the better team. Obviously, you guys know, coming into the postseason, the Astros were my World Series pick, and before the World Series started, we had the Astros winning this series 4-2, and I think the Phillies will get one eventually, but here tonight, I think McCullers is the better pitcher, and obviously we talked about Suarez did get pumped in his last meeting against the Astros. So I really do think that we have a good value here on the money line for the Astros. But hey, the Phillies, hey, love me or fade me, you guys could do whatever you want to do. The Phillies have been a magical team, and they have been hitting the ball very well in their home ballpark this postseason. The over-under is at 8, and that is exactly why I brought up the Phillies hitting the ball so well at home. The over-under is the highest it's been in this World Series so far here in game 3, and I do like the over in this game. I honestly like it better at 7.5 probably, because I don't want to get a push on 8, but the Phillies have hit the over a majority of the time, especially at home here in the postseason. So I do like it. The over is at plus money, plus 100 on DraftKings, but it is -120 for the under, and then on FanDuel it's -105 for the over and -115 for the under. The Nerfy at -125 and the Yerfy at -105 on DraftKings. Honestly, guys, I'm not a huge fan of betting the Yerfy or the Nerfy here in the World Series. It's just too hard to tell. Don't waste your money and don't let it mess up your same game parlay. That's just my opinion. If you guys have a pick for a Nerfy or a Yerfy, please drop it in the comments. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Personally, if I had to take a lean, I do like the Nerfy, just because I think these teams are filling each other out, especially that first inning, and I think that these pitchers are good enough to go scoreless through the first. we shall see. Like I said, not my favorite play here tonight. And of course, looking at the odds, the Astros are still, it's plus 290 for the Astros to win this series by the correct series number 4-2. And then the Astros to win this series in 7 games is at plus 280, so a little bit lower odds there. And of course, I've been keeping up with the MVP values here. Kyle Tucker is now plus 550. He is the leading favorite for the World Series MVP. Framber Valdez is now in second place at plus 650, and then Bryce Harper at plus 750. And our choice, Jeremy Pena, he went to plus 1,000 in game 2, but now he is back up to plus 1,500. I think Jeremy Pena does have a good night here in game 3. I'm taking Jeremy Pena over 1.5 total bases at plus 135 on DraftKings. I really like this spot for Pena. He has 1 home run in 2 at-bats against Suarez, and you know, he was my pick to be the MVP coming in, and I think that he has a good night here tonight. And then we are also, for player prop, taking Bryce Harper over 1.5 total bases. He has been lighting it up at home at Citizens Bank Park. That is at plus 135. Harper did go on a skid against game 2, but it was against Framber Valdez, and he went 0 for 4 in game 2, but I really think that Harper will get back on the horse tonight, and even if he's the only one hitting the ball well for the Phillies, it will be Bryce Harper in my opinion. He has set a single postseason franchise record with 11 extra base hits, so Harper has been hitting the ball extremely well, and if the Phillies do win the World Series, he probably will be most likely the World Series MVP. So I like Harper here tonight, and that is pretty much gonna wrap it up for you guys. Hey, I appreciate all the love and support. Leave your comments, drop your hashtag ride of the day for game 3 of the World Series here on Taco Tuesday. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Hit me up on Twitter at @TheEthanSchmidt. It's where I will post the final plays for tonight's game. If anything changes, you will see my official plays posted there, and I'll keep it updated in the pinned comment. Of course, check out all the links in the description. We appreciate you guys, of course, and we will be back at it in the first NHL video with Schmidty's MLB picks will be dropping today. Appreciate you guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace out.